You know, everybody wants a viral video. Everybody wants that big moment in the spotlight. But almost nobody wants to do the small, boring things that actually create results. Today, we're going to talk about something simple, but honestly, it's one of the most powerful ideas in all of marketing. What is it? Consistency. So let me start with this. Most businesses don't fail at marketing because they're bad at it. They fail because they do it in bursts. I'm as guilty as the next guy. So they'll post 3 videos in a week, disappear for 3 months, come back with a random reel, disappear again, and they wonder why nothing is working. Videos just like the gym, and trust me, I need to get into the gym myself. It's also like eating healthy, which I do not do because of Live Local. But that's okay. Local food is delicious. And just like saving money, if you only do it when you feel like it, you're not going to see results. So here's the truth I see every single day working with business owners. Consistency builds trust before a customer even becomes a customer. When you show up steadily, people remember you. They start to rely on your voice. They begin to feel like they actually know you, and that makes you the authority. Have you ever come up to somebody and they're like, hey, how was that trip to San Angelo or wherever you went on vacation? You know, it's because they saw you on social media, because they posted about you. And if you do that in your business, people are going to know who you are and what you do. See, I'm in a B&I group here in town. It's Business Networking International, but it's a local group here. And showing up weekly is one of the biggest things that you can do in that group to be known. You know, you also want to be liked and trusted. And the more you show up, that happens. Once you know, like, and trust someone, you're more likely to use that person's business for your needs because you've been there. It's all about consistency. So you remember that video I talked about in episode 1 of Strategic Motion? The one video that gets my client business after 4 years? Well, one video can absolutely move the needle, but imagine if he had a series. If he showed up monthly or weekly or even twice a month. Imagine the compounding effect that would have on his business and in his marketing. Because video stacks, your voice stacks, and your authority begins to stack. And that's the whole concept of strategic motion. Content with a plan. Content with a purpose. Content that keeps moving your business forward. That's the reason I'm creating content right now in this podcast, is to move my business forward. But there are some things I've learned along the way when it comes to consistency. Consistency does not mean daily posting. Sure, daily posting can do some good, but it has to be paired with intentionality. If you're posting just to post, you might be better off not posting at all and stopping to create a plan with intention behind those posts. Doesn't mean you need a full production team either. Your phone can get you started. Trust me. It doesn't mean you need a cinematic masterpiece anytime or every time either. Some of your first videos are going to be really bad. I mean, real bad. There are some people that I take courses from that have shown their first videos and how bad they can really be. Trust me, yours isn't going to be the worst. But no matter how bad they are, just post them anyway. People want to see the real, authentic you. And trust me, the more you get in front of the camera, the easier it gets. I promise. Consistency simply means pick a schedule you can stick to, have a strategy behind what you film, meaning be intentional, follow a simple system, and don't overthink every post. Think repeatable, not perfect. Nobody's perfect. We're not going to get there. Let's make this practical. Here are some simple things that you can do starting right now, like today. Just pick one platform for 90 days, not 4 platforms, just one. Go all in on that platform and stay consistent. And if you're a business to business, I would strongly suggest that you choose LinkedIn. If you're established on a platform already with your business, like Facebook or Instagram, I would stay on that platform and just go all in. But remember, be intentional. Choose one monthly theme. For example, you could do frequently asked questions month, or you could do customer stories month, or tips from the field month, or behind the scenes month. And you could create like one reel a week on that subject and do 3 to 4 posts, like static posts with pictures on those topics. Frequently asked questions, customer stories, tips from the field, behind the scenes, those types of things. And if you have a product, you could do different things on that product. So if you're filming long form content, meaning like it's 10 minutes or so, or a podcast or something, you can repurpose those videos in different ways. You can, of course, upload the long form content to YouTube and your website, and then you can break it down into vertical reels or shorts that you can share on the platform that you're going all in on. You can also email it in a newsletter link. So if you're a nerd and you like metrics and you like analyzing things, there are so many video analytics out there that you can just obsess over and over and over. But while you're new at this and you're just starting, I would just watch for 2 metrics, okay? Just watch for views. That means how many people clicked on it and watched some of your video. And watch time, meaning how long people actually watched your videos. That's enough to show you what's resonating with your audience. Then you can analyze some of the things and make content accordingly. So remember, consistency beats perfection every time. I can't wait to see what you come up with. You're going to do amazing. So now we're going to move in to film talk.
You do not talk about Fight Club.
His name is Robert Paulson. Meatloaf, the singer, he will forever in my mind be Robert Paulson. He's that character that dies on a Fight Club mission. And that's our movie review today, Fight Club.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
Today's film, Fight Club, is another film I saw for the first time in the theater and was just blown away by it. Fight Club was released in 1999, starring Brad Pitt and Edward Norton, and is directed by one of my favorite directors, David Fincher, who tends to go with a darker tone of like overall visuals and some pretty dark movies. But Fincher has also directed movies like Seven, Gone Girl, The Social Network, and of course Fight Club, like the one that we're going to talk about today. And like most Fincher movies, they just kind of stick with you. So Fight Club, on the surface, kind of looks like this gritty underground MMA movie. But really, Fight Club is a story about identity, frustration, and the lengths people go when they feel invisible in their own lives, especially in their own heads, right? It's a psychological story wrapped in chaos. There's some humor, and it's pretty dark humor in there, and some of the sharpest social commentary in modern film today. There are going to be some spoilers as we talk about it, so press pause if you need to go watch the movie before we dive in. So Edward Norton plays the narrator who's living this empty, no-sleep IKEA catalog life. And there's a cool scene in the beginning that kind of puts graphics on the screen as he's looking and buying things in this catalog. He hates his job, he feels disconnected from everything, and he's desperate for something like real. Something that actually means something. Then he meets this guy named Tyler Durden, who is played by Brad Pitt, and he's like the unleashed version of everything the narrator, Edward Norton, wishes that he could be. Tyler's confident, he's charismatic, bold, and reckless. And honestly, he's very dangerous. Together, they start Fight Club, which begins as this raw, primal release that men need, but quickly turns into something way bigger and darker and more organized than either of them planned. So what makes Fight Club the movie brilliant? It's not really the fighting. It's what happens inside the mind of Edward Norton's character, the narrator. Fincher's directing style is pretty intense, and he uses gritty visuals with wild transitions and camera shakes and that chaotic, almost dreamlike tone that keeps you slightly off balance. And the twist at the end is what makes this story the masterpiece that it is. Even if you've seen the movie a dozen times, it still hits. It makes you second guess everything you just watched and makes you rethink every conversation Tyler and Tyler had together. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So Fight Club also has some iconic lines like the things you own end up owning you. It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything. This is your life, and it's ending 1 minute at a time. And there are a few other vulgar quotes that I'll keep off this podcast. One from Marla Singer, played perfectly by Helena Bonham Carter. If you've seen the movie, I'm sure you know what line I'm referring to. Yikes. And one of my favorite scenes in the movie is the very last one when the buildings are tumbling down and Where Is My Mind by the Pixies begins to play. The absolute perfect song for the theme of the movie. Overall, Fight Club is one of those movies that's entertaining, chaotic, funny, violent, and deeply disturbing all at the same time. It's a movie that makes you think, whether you agree with it or not. If you've never seen it and you like dark humor, it's probably worth your time. And if you have seen it, it's probably time to rewatch it again because, like most great films, you're going to notice something new every time. All right. Well, that's episode 3 of Strategic Motion. Remember, you don't need a perfect video. You just need a consistent plan with intentionality. If you want help creating steady, strategic content that actually drives business growth, head over to trustlemedia.com or reach out. I'd love to help you get moving in the right direction. So make sure to follow or subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. We put out a new episode every week. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.